Howdy y'all, this is Austin Gridley coming at you with another video. Recently, Mario Berrientos and it's been discussed on Facebook as well as NML Pickleball said it, we had the upset of the year in pickleball. So basically, you could consider me a top 25 pickleball pro on the men's side, or for sure you could probably consider me top 30. And Mario, he has this relatively same skill set, but he's less established. And so, anyways, you could consider him fairly close to that. And we beat the best team in the world at pickleball. And not only that, I would equate. Ben Johns is the GOAT of pickleball. He's the Michael Jordan. He's Roger Federer or Novak Djokovic. He's the greatest of all time. And so we beat the best player and the best team in the world. They have more accolades than any other team. They are the best. And so just want to talk about how we did it and my experience with it. And so first couple things with it, oftentimes people will, so I think someone may have recorded it, but I haven't seen the recording. So people haven't been able to see the match, and they'll ask me right away. They're like, "So were they playing good, or were they sucking?" And right off the bat, I'll tell you, they were playing pretty dang good. They weren't playing awful. And yeah, they were playing pretty dang good. We were playing pretty dang good as well. So the first game. So also talking about our general game plan. So about 6 months ago, my general game plan going against Ben, I was very confident with my backhand to backhand dinking. However, Ben Johns, I was beating most people, especially back then, at backhand to backhand dinking. But Ben Johns was taking it probably 6-8 inches off the ground, and he was top spin, flipping the ball at my partner and just wrecking it, and it wasn't okay. Once he was settled, he was dialed in on that backhand, he would flip it and he would win. And so I'm like, okay, well, he's covering 80% of the court. I'm going to move him backhand to far forehand, and so I would hit it pretty close to Colin's off foot, where literally he has to reach out his paddle and he would hit a backhand. But Ben is wanting to take that ball, and so he's moving all the way over there, and then I would hit it harder, dink all the way over to his backhand. I was just moving him around, not letting him get comfortable. If he hit that backhand topspin roll at my partner, even at Mario this tournament, he would win 95 to 98% of those exchanges, and so I'm not looking to let him do that. And here's a secret with Ben Johns, or maybe less a secret, especially matches that matter less to him, where he thinks he's going to win it outright. He's only giving it maybe 75% energy wise. He's saving his energy for more important matches later in the tournament. And I'm a huge fan. I am a fan of this theory. I do it myself. Like the first match of the day, I was probably only giving it about 75% energy. I'm saving my energy for matches that were more likely to lose or have trouble with. And so, and that was one thing going into the Ben Johns match. I was a little worried because I'm like, well, I wasn't playing at top level there. I was saving energy. I have to bring it 100% to this match if we're going to win. I have to go all out. And so that's one thing. Ben Johns is covering 75-80% of the court, but he's only giving it 75% energy. That's going to be very difficult to do. And so that's a huge reason why we were successful. And then, so going into the match in specifics, so first game, we're down 10-6. And then, honestly, the week before, I played with Vivian David, and I learned from her, just stay super positive and happy while you're playing. And we stayed positive. Mario and I, through the power of friendship and hope, we came back and we won 12-10. So we came back and we won. Second game, at the end of the day, Ben Johns and Colin won 11-2. And I was telling Mario, I'm like, okay, they're stepping up their game. They're not just lying over dead on the side of the road. They're not giving up. They're the best team in the world. We can't expect to just beat them. They're raising their level of play. We need to raise our level of play, and not only that, we need to raise it above what they just did. We need to go above and beyond. And so the third game, we're getting ahead, and the moment we truly beat them mentally, we're up 9-2 in the third game, and I had hit a couple drops to the far corner of Ben's side of the court, so left to left on dropping the ball. And so this time I dropped the ball straight, like pretty much to once again to Colin's left foot, where he could pretty easily take a backhand. But normally Ben would take this ball, but because I'd been doing some drops far over, he wasn't going for the ball, and Colin didn't go for the ball, and so the ball went right between them, and no one touched the ball, and it was a slow drop, and they just turned to each other with hatred in their eyes, and I mean, I was like turned to Mario. I was like, okay, we just won. The match is over. They're done. And we hypothesized because they weren't playing as good later in the day, and they were pretty irritable at each other. I don't think at the very beginning of the day they were irritable at each other. I couldn't see it at all. I think because of that match, they became irritable at each other, and throughout the rest of the day, they did not play as good. And on that note, too, there were 8 to 10 50-shot rallies in the match, and I promise we won every one of those, if not almost every one of them. We were dominating the long points. So it's not that Mario and I were playing bad. There are a couple of excuses for why Ben and Colin maybe weren't playing as good. Ben was not giving it as much energy-wise, and so also at the very end, so usually we would move Ben around, and then once the ball was popped up, we would either go where Ben wasn't because he's covering a lot of the court, or we would go at Colin. And especially at the end of the game, I had Colin's number. I was doing really well at seeing what Colin was doing. I hit a couple earnies, and yeah, we ended up winning the match. And I hope that this is an example to everyone that even if you don't have like a college background tennis, you can be really good at pickleball. You can get really good. You can work extremely hard and get really good at pickleball. And so, yeah, I hope we're a good example of that, and that people find inspiration through us, because we've had to work extremely hard for what we've done. And yeah, that's my experience with beating the best team in the world. And just speaking about it a little bit, I am I've gotten a taste of it. I am hungry for it now. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to go for it even harder. I'm doubling how hard I'm working at it, and I'm going to be winning more of those matches in the future. Count on it. But yeah, I'm thankful for the opportunity and for the glory of it, and there will be more to come. And yeah, that's our experience. Appreciate you watching the video. If you like it, please subscribe, and please watch my other videos. And yeah, pickle on, dudes.